Hey, this is Jacob, Team HOC, coming at you guys with my weekly video. Not too crazy as far as deck profiles or any matches to put up, unfortunately. I just thought I'd get you guys with some sort of update. I mean, obviously, I'm sure a lot of you guys know what's going on in the community, but might as well have an update. And also if you guys have any video suggestions, um, if you want to see DN, I mean, DN's pretty stale as far as finding random people that could, be hella bad and playing some sort of meta or non-meta deck against them. If you guys have any deck profile ideas, anything that you want to see built, I can't promise it's going to be, top tier, but I could try to throw together, what I would put in the deck on DN, just because my card pool is so low at this moment. Anyways, so as you can see here, just Randy shenanigans. Thanks to all the new subscribers, the old ones. No love for Tommy's wind-up deck, but it is what it is. So if you guys, were keeping up with Atlanta this last weekend, TG's won. Can't say that I really saw it coming. I mean, I haven't been paying, super close attention to the game and what's going on. I'm just glad it wasn't 6 Samurai. Kind of called that as far as, no Samurai in top 32, even though they were starting to get some hype from everybody wanting them to since they topped Mexico. But, check them out. Actually, made a list. It was easier to read. TG, 2 Dino Rabbit wind up in top. As far as, the breakdown of the rest of the top 32, 15 Rabbit, so I think definitely the dominant. 9 wind up. Kind of expected to see a little bit more wind up. I mean, that's still a pretty huge number. But anyways, we'll just go through this. 2 TG, 2 Inzector. Actually, this more than wind up, I was expecting to see at least, not a huge number, obviously less than wind up, but maybe 3 more. I would say around 4 or 5, but that's what it is. Rest, Dark World, Agent, Empty Jar. That's definitely really cool. Let's see. I think Jarrell and Robbie got a good amount of these profiles as far as the good ones. So definitely check out their channels. Odds are you're already subscribed and you probably already seen them by now, but check them out. And then that E-Fall deck that's also pretty sick also. See, I could definitely link this just in case you guys don't really go to the YGO Konami website for the coverage. And if you haven't seen them, definitely check out these lists and any YouTube videos as far as profiles, definitely check those out. So I mean, let me know what you guys think as far as how consistent this list will be to the meta when the list changes over to the March format. Obviously Rabbit, wind up, Zector, didn't get touched at all. You think those numbers are going to stay the same as far as a majority Dino Rabbit, or do you think wind up is going to take over the top seed as far as the number of tops? Also, is TG still going to be a viable deck type? The loss of Strider to definitely affects it, but judging for the dude, the list that got first, he was only running 2, so I mean, it's probably not going to affect it that much. Odds are the drop down to 2 Tengu, semi-limited Tengu, is probably going to hurt it a little bit more. It's definitely going to be interesting to see where it's going to take from, for next format. Inzector, obviously still, deck is just going to get better and better the more testing that it sees. Dark World again, didn't get touched. Will it stay? I'd say it's probably a tier 2 deck. Probably stay there. Agent, probably gonna get less play. It's possible that with the Ray monsters coming out, it might see more. but you know, obviously Light Sworn's probably gonna benefit a little bit more. Empty Jar, Evol, you know, stuff that's gonna get more support as far as Evol and just is gonna be that random WTF deck that you face, you have like no side against. Anyways, just again, you know, tell me what you guys think as far as what topped, what should have topped, if there's anything bogus going on. Next story, you know, again, you guys probably have been through the shenanigans with this. This list is probably the most chaotic list for a while, as far as, you know, Shriek put the list out and then recalled the list, and everybody was saying it's fake, and you know, the same list got put back out, and there's just a bunch of lists flying all over the place, and you know, and then it's the list itself is just like, you know, obviously people were going to question it just because it's so destroys plants. Like we saw that, you know, top 32 there was no plants, and this is just gonna, you know, put the nail in the coffin even more. Glow Up, Boar, Trish, I mean, that's just ridiculous as far as, I mean, I could see Glow Up because, you know, that's like Plague Spreader except 100 times better, you know. As far as like Spore, like really the only time that's even close to being okay is if you're running, you know, the Lone Fire and that kind of stuff with it, and at that point if they Glow Up, like how much of the plant engine do you see play, like anyways, like it's just too hard on it. Trish, I kind of see, I mean, it's good, but I don't think it's really that good. It's like, it's not going, like, it's not as easy to get into. I mean, obviously you could get a big plus off of it, but at the same time, you know, you have to put a gun into it. You're losing, you know, the 3 monsters for the 1. If they, you know, do anything to mess up the summon, then, you know, you get the removes, that's cool, but your field press is gone. So, you know, is it really that broken? I mean, not saying it's not good or even great. I just don't think that it deserved to see the ban. You know, it is what it is, though. We still have Mistworm, so I mean, the prices of that are probably going to go up. It's going to, you know, see Staple play again. It is what it is, honestly. Like, this seems like super shitty bans, but whatever. You know, as far as I'm concerned, the only card on the list that deserved what it got, well, maybe not the only card on the whole list, but as far as like banned, this right here, you know, it's Trap Dust Shoot. It's just devastating at any point in the game, even more so if you're, you know, turn 1, just being able to know what they have and what's said and, you know, what's going throughout the whole game, you know, get you that early advantage as far as hand size and just knowledge in general. Like, if you're a good player, then, you know, this could almost guarantee you that first win unless they do derpy shit. But yeah, again, you know, this definitely, I think, the best move on the list. Best move. Next we got, you know, Earth and Striker. Of course, the list caters to the OCG. Apparently, TG agents, you know, since they still have tour guide, you know, TG agents #1 over there. Well, maybe not #1, but definitely good. Earth, you know, it seems like they could have just got put Venus to 1, and life would have been easier. Because I mean, you stop the 1 Venus, then you're fine. Like, what else does Earth search for? Or search for Venus? I mean, it just seems like, you know, that would probably been a better hit. But again, you know, that's just what I think. Apparently Konami doesn't think the same way. Striker, again, as far as the straight TG, probably won't have too much of an impact. More so with, you know, TG agent and all that crazy stuff. Also, you know, thoughts on nothing coming back. There was a lot of talk about, you know, D-Mock, because it's the face card for, I totally just spaced the name right now, of the Field Tournament Play pack. Extreme Brokenness of Reprint pack, I can't remember them at this point. But anyways, you know, with it being on the face of that, people are like, okay, you know, that's come back. You know, obviously, it's a reprint pack that has no, nothing to do with this list. So at the same time, it's like, it doesn't even matter. A lot of people saying Tsukiyomi, that's all stuff like that. Nothing came back. I just think that's another, not so great move. I mean, I don't expect, all these cards put on the list for a reason, but, at certain times they're just not going to be as good as they once were with the power creep of, the way the game works. But, if you have a different stance on that, if you guys think that's a good move, nothing came back. If you thought something should have came back, definitely let it be heard what you think would be the best move. So that was limits, pretty half-ass limits. Cards that should have been on this, I definitely think Zen Mighty should have been on the limit list. I mean, obviously it's really new for the TG. It's been out a little OCG. Honestly, I didn't want it to happen, but Dragonfly probably should have been on the list. Yeah, again, I really still playing Inzictors right now. I didn't want it to happen. I was kind of dreading it, but for the game's sake, I think it might have been a really good move. So again, I think Zen Mighty and Dragonfly probably should have been on there, but they're not. So just another format, wind-up sector shenanigans. Maybe also Rabbit. I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm just a man. I'm not Konami. Next, the semi-limits. First off, we have Lumina. Good move, not good move. Not too sure. I mean, will Lightsworns come back? Probably not. But, at this point with all the light stuff that's been out, if you guys haven't seen that, definitely check that out. Basically light versions of Dark Monsters. Chaos Sorcerer one's pretty sweet. But anyways, it's just giving that deck more power, I guess. It's probably going to be 2-2. Maybe not even that. Definitely maybe when the next pack comes out, depending on if there's going to be any exclusive light ray monsters, anything like that, that definitely could change. So, Lumina, whatever. Probably won't change that much if Charge came back too. That would be dumb. Anyways, Marshmallow, another meh. Like, does it really matter kind of thing. Staldex, I guess. I don't know. Tengu, one of the largest reasons that the list was discredited the first time that it was listed would be Tengu. It was posted in English, I believe, like on the list because there hadn't been a name in Japanese yet or some shenanigans like that. So, that was one of the largest reasons why it was discredited so fast. But cool, I guess. Tengu, one of those cards that probably should have been hit. A lot of people saying this when it first came out. Put it to 2, put it to 2, and now that it's at 2, it's like, well, it doesn't matter. The rest of the plan engine's dead. Why put Tengu there? It still has good plays with things like scraps and random decks. I mean, so Tengu to 2, I could see it. Telly, I really don't see it doing anything at 2. I mean, it might make another variant of wind-ups, just to make it easier to get in level 3s, because you could go Telly, Psychic Commander, which is level 3, and then exceed that way. Might open up synchro opportunities too, but we don't have Trish, so it's not like, it's going to be devastating. Mistworm's pretty cool, but if they have 3 cards, unless they're all monsters, odds are there's going to be something there to disrupt your play. So, this probably could have happened last one. It probably would have been 2. Level area, or another card that's like, man, does it really matter? Exceeds aren't affected by it, so why is it there? We'll see if it does anything. Smoke signal, like, just not too sure if this was a smart move or not. I mean, obviously Sam's won Mexico, but they didn't do anything here, so definitely adds consistency to the deck. You know, is this a bad move? Probably not. You know, Gladiator Proving Ground isn't touched at all. I mean, obviously the decks are different. You know, one's more aggressive, one's more counter, but at least it's not charge. And like I was saying before, that would just be dumb if charge was at 2, just because not only do you search, you mill, and this is just, you know, a search of Sam's. Torrential Tribute, better than Trap Dust Shoot, I guess. It definitely could help as far as wind up establishing their presence for all their crazy shenanigans stuff. You know, not too great. I like it personally. It's just because I like Torrential, but yeah, and I'm just gonna go on and stop ranting. Anyways, offering OCG doesn't really matter. Call the Haunted to 3. I don't know if that's like if it matters at all, but with a format that's probably gonna see a lot of Sangan play, just because I'm pretty sure, you know, I might be no, yeah, because windups, tour guide, Sangan, you know, called Haunted's basically running like 4 Sangans. Anything that's a floater, you know, it's definitely gonna get some sort of plus from having call. But anyways, this video is probably going to be longer than it should be, so I'm just going to try and wrap up. This is the list. This is what we're going to have to deal with. A lot of people are just, you know, crying about it. Quitting, quote unquote, even though they probably won't. Waiting for sealed play might be the best thing. But it is what it is, honestly. 90% of the people that say they're going to quit probably won't. Probably will just deal with it. And derp with, you know, tier 2, tier 3 decks at locals, because at the end of the day, you know, that's the majority of the play is going to be local play. And I know at my locals at least, it's probably like this everywhere, but it's just a bunch of scrubby decks. So last but not least, Capchi did a video about this, but just going to put this in the end of this. Dragon Duelist Girl made a Pokemon bra, so, you know, I'm not going to really say too much about this. Definitely a good YouTuber. I mean, this really isn't, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh news, but check it out. They're $30. If you're a female, maybe you want one. If you're a dude, you know, maybe you want one. You know, I've been to larger Yu-Gi-Oh events. I know. I think I'm still a little bit below an A cup, so I probably won't, you know, benefit from this too much, but definitely check out if you're in the need for any bras. And you know, other than that, you know, this definitely check out Dragon Duelist Girl's channel. She makes a lot of really cool things as far as orcas, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but, you know, really artistic stuff. And definitely, you know, one of the better Yu-Gi-Oh channels, and, you know, even as far as female Yu-Gi-Oh channels, probably one of the best ones I've seen other than Mecha June. As far as content, you know, just straight up, you know, good stuff. But again, it's Team HFC. If you guys stuck through this, all my shit, definitely, you know, thanks. Keep on subscribing. I probably should have left all those tabs open, because I will put any links in the description, along with, you know, regular links, Tommy's EA, my Facebook, our site, our forum that's extremely dead, that nobody ever goes to. You know, it is what it is. But anyways, you know, I'm hoping Cam Studio will pop up. Stop being a bastard. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to hit that stop button. But in the meantime, you know, again, thank you very much, and comment, rate, subscribe. And I said rate, not rate, my bad. But anyways, this is Jacob, Team HOC. Any video suggestions, leave it in the comments, and thanks for watching, guys.